When Amara first met Daniel, she was selling fruit by the roadside in a small town. Life had not been kind to her. After her father died, her mother struggled to care for the family, and Amara had to stop school to help make ends meet. Every morning, she would arrange her oranges and bananas carefully on a wooden table, hoping to sell enough to buy food for the evening. One afternoon, a young man stopped by her stand. "Good afternoon," he said with a warm smile. "How much are the oranges?" Amara looked up shyly. "3 for £1. The young man bought more fruit than he needed and returned again the next day. Soon, Daniel became a regular customer. But he didn't just buy fruit, he talked with her, asked about her dreams, and listened carefully. One evening, he asked gently, "Amara, why are you not in school?" She hesitated before answering. "My family couldn't afford it anymore." Daniel thought about her words all night. He had recently started a small construction business and was doing fairly well. What touched him most about Amara was her determination and kindness. A week later, he returned with an idea. "Amara," he said, "you are very intelligent. I want to help you go back to school." She stared at him in disbelief. "Why would you do that for me?" "Because I believe in you," he replied. At first, Amara refused. She feared people would talk or that she would disappoint him. But Daniel convinced her that education was an opportunity she deserved. So he paid for her school fees, books, and even rented a small apartment closer to her college. Amara studied harder than anyone else in her class. She didn't want Daniel's sacrifice to be wasted. Over the years, their friendship slowly grew into love. Daniel never pressured her. He would often say, "Finish your education first. Your future is important." 4 years later, Amara graduated with honors in business administration. On the day of her graduation ceremony, she searched the crowd until she saw Daniel standing proudly among the guests. Tears filled her eyes as she walked toward him. "You changed my life," she said. Daniel smiled. "No, Amara, you changed it yourself. I only believed in you." A few months later, Daniel invited her to a quiet restaurant where they had their first proper dinner years before. After the meal, he nervously held her hand. "Amara, I helped you because I cared about you, but along the way, I realized something. I cannot imagine my life without you. Will you marry me?" Amara's eyes filled with happy tears. "Yes," she whispered. Their wedding was simple but filled with joy. Friends and family gathered to celebrate a love built on patience, respect, and support. Years later, Amara opened a scholarship foundation for girls who could not afford education. At the entrance of the office hung a small framed note that read, "All it takes is one person who believes in you." And every time people asked about the inspiration behind it, Amara would smile and look at her husband. Because the man who once bought oranges from a roadside stand had become the love of her life.